Hello, I'm Luca Ciriello. I'm a PhD student at Labs at Politecnico di Milano, and I'd like to introduce you my work entitled Numerical Experimental Approach for Evaluating the Reliability of Cervical Surgical Instrumentation. Nowadays, multi-use surgical instruments are used for the implantation of orthopedic and spinal devices. These instruments have different problems: the possibility of breakage during utilization due to no control in the hospital, the high cost, the high environmental impact of the sterilization processes in the hospital. The introduction of single-use surgical instrument can overcome these problems, so the aim of this work is the development of a workflow able to identify the steps for mechanical design from the multi-use to single-use surgical instrument, starting to analyze the current situation of multi-use. Firstly, an optical analysis of a used surgical instrument was carried out to determine the most critical component among those in the kit. As you can see in the slide, there is a permanent deformation of the instruments after about 10 utilizations. The second step is to identify the strengths of the surgical instruments. To do that, a computational analysis combined with the experimental test was carried out. These activities permit the validation of the model in two different conditions, as you can see from the picture, and also estimate the force that generates healing on the instruments. The third step is to identify the boundary condition that the surgeon used during the operation. To do that, a measurement system was developed following three different steps: the design of the system, the production and the gluing of the strain gauges, and the calibration to control test. These instruments will be used to perform the ex vivo test in order to find the force and torque that the surgeon applies during the implantation. After this activity, I have all the ingredients to try to change the design, the material of the surgical instruments in order to develop a new single-use surgical instrument from a reusable surgical instruments. Thank you for your attention.